Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the differences between dashing in different states and why some people, or why I believe, this is all opinion based, nothing is factual, but I believe that people in, like, for example, New York and California and places where there's much more expensive living are gonna make much more money on DoorDash and delivery apps like Postmates and Grubhub. And there's a few reasons why, and it's what it's going to boil down to is like how much the cost of living is and how much everything is. Like, for example, my dad is a plumber in California and I live in Nevada. When I ask him for like certain quotes, like, hey, is this a good quote for something? He's like, that's so cheap. Like, why is it so cheap? Because in California, he has got to charge more, and every single thing that he charges more for is going to like essentially go the same distance. You know, if everything in California is about 30% more expensive, and I would say even New York's like almost like 50% more expensive, especially if you're considering rent and stuff. So like what I'm going to pay for rent is more around like anywhere from like $400 to $800 in Las Vegas, and $800 you are getting a really sweet place. Not like on your own, but if you're splitting a place or something, I would say literally in California, I'm paying half of what I paid for in California. And that just goes to show you that like if I was still living in California, I would literally have to be making double the amount of money to essentially live the same kind of lifestyle that I'm living now. So when you consider that, it's like I see people on my YouTube channel commenting like, oh, I make like $300 a day. And usually when I ask them where they're dashing, it's usually New York. And I think for that reason, so if, first of all, like question of the day, how much do you guys make an average per day? Because I've seen posts and people say they make like $300. I've never really seen that before, or it just seems like people are talking. I don't know. So maybe they are, but I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments down below how much you guys are making, and also where you guys are actually dashing, because that's a huge factor. And I think that if you're dashing in New York, I really think if you were to make the same amount of money, like I make $70 a day here, and I don't dash all day. I just make two $70 and then I stop because I don't want to just keep driving around all day. For me, it's more like a little side income thing. But if you're doing it more seriously, then you probably need to make a little bit more money than that. But $70 a day comes out to $2,100 a month, and that covers all of my bills and everything I need to pay for. If I was in New York or in Los Angeles or something, that's not going to happen. I would have to make like $150 a day. And man, that would be really stressful. And I feel like that just, ever since I moved to Las Vegas from Los Angeles, I just feel like I had this like backpack of weights that I was carrying around, because everything I did, like, it would cost so much money, and it just seemed like I could never get out of the never-ending cycle of like ridiculous California bills. Like, I think the only thing that's cheaper in California is registration for cars, because cars in Las Vegas and insurance, and for some odd reason, insurance for cars in Las Vegas is pretty damn expensive too. But the registration, they charge you a percentage of how much your car is worth. So if, for example, my Ford Explorer is valued at $42,000, it's not really worth that right now. It's more like $28,000. But I have to pay $650 in registration. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you guys pay for registration, because and like the valuation of your car as well. Because for me, I'm like, that is so crazy, because when I was in California, I would pay like $120 for registration. Anyways, back onto the topic of like DoorDash and stuff. So I just think I would be really surprised to see people cracking over $300 in Las Vegas. I don't think it's possible, to be honest, because I've spent days where I do dash all day, but I have never even cracked over $200. And there's been some times where I like am driving in the morning. I've never like woken up earlier than, I woke up one time and I dashed at 6:30 in the morning. And I talked about it in a recent video, but I actually made $50 in an hour. And I was like, damn, if I like did this every day, I could pretty much be done with making my income by like 9 o'clock in the morning. But I mean, if you did, let's just say for breakfast shift, like let's break this down into like shifts. So breakfast shift, like 7 to 9, when people are ordering before work. I don't know how many people actually order before work, or if I just got lucky, but let's say you make $50. $50 is done by 9 o'clock. And then lunch shift from 11 to 2. That's another prime time, because I don't think you should be dashing literally all day, because sometimes it's like horrible time to be dashing. And let's consider that you're doing multiple apps, because I really think if you want to be doing this seriously, you should be definitely on multiple apps. Anyone who is a serious driver is usually using multiple apps. So $50 in the morning, and then let's say you make at best $75 at lunchtime, and that's like because you're usually gonna average about $25 an hour. I would say 15, even like $15 to $25 an hour. So best case scenario, you make $75. So that puts us at what, $125. And then for dinner shift, to crack $200, you'd have to make another $75. That's not that hard, you know. So we can crack $200, but I think being over $250, that is that's pushing it. So I don't know, if you're dashing into Las Vegas and you are cracking over $250, let me know, because I'd be really surprised. And I do see that there is a lot of people that are dashing in Las Vegas that watch this YouTube channel. So thank you guys for all like watching and supporting the channel, because it greatly helps me out, and I enjoy it, and I just enjoy helping everyone out as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about this because it's a very interesting topic. When I see like crazy numbers, especially when I'm seeing over $300, I'm just scratching my head like, man, I've been doing this for like 4 years and I've never made over $200. But again, like I don't really, it's not a full-time job for me. It's a side hustle, and I usually just do it as like casual, like I'm going to the gym or something. I'll stop and grab an order on the way, so that way I paid for like, I don't know, I just make a little bit of extra money when it's convenient. I really don't think that it's a good job that you should, I mean, unless you have like a $7,000 to $10,000 car where you're not devaluing your car too much, then it is probably a decent job. But it's not like something that you should base your career around, that's for sure. For me, it's just a good side hustle to get my business going, and it has helped so much. Like, I would not be in this position that I am today had it not been for Doordash and Postmates. I mean, I would have been like killing myself if I was still only doing Postmates. That was like, Postmates was a nightmare of a year. Anyway, so that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know in the comments down below any of those questions I got for you guys. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoy this video at all, like it, please just smash the like button. It helps out my channel a lot. It really does. And subscribe if you guys haven't, because I will see you guys in the next one if you do subscribe. So thank you guys. Peace.